All right, guys, let's do a little tip off here. Iowa State and Kansas State will be going at it at this time tomorrow night. As I'm recording this, the odds just came out. Iowa State is a 4.5 point to 5 point favorite, depending on which book you are looking in. Let's break it down, courtesy of our friends at the Iowa Event Center. Thing that stands out to me about this matchup, obviously, there's the where the teams were picked, where they are currently at. I think that so. How have these two teams had success? They're two of the top 32 oldest teams in the country. So you had, a couple coaches, and Iowa State had success last year, but Otzelberger is still super active in the portal. Had to really create a bridge to that next recruiting class that's coming in next year. So you get older, and that's what screams to me of these tough teams, these old teams that just play really, really hard on both sides of the basketball. Specifically looking at Kansas State, here's a note. Their top six scorers are all juniors and seniors. Keontae Johnson, he gets all the publicity, third in the league in scoring, third in the league in rebounds. I think a key matchup tomorrow night is Marquise Noel, their fifth-year senior point guard, going head-to-head with a true freshman in Taman Lipsey. So that's definitely something to take note of when we start to break this game down. Where can Iowa State find an edge here? Turnover rate's high at Kansas State, ranked 225th. They turn it over like 19% of the time. So let's see if Iowa State's ball pressure can impact the Wildcats. Clearly, we want to talk about Caleb Grill's injury. He is listed as questionable, did not practice on Monday. My guess is he'll try and give it a go, and I'm only saying that because he did on Saturday at Oklahoma State, and you see how far you can go with it, unless he re-injured it on Monday or on Saturday, and they're not telling us more. This is a big deal though, because if Grill's out, you're basically down two starters with Jazz Kuntz and Caleb Grill, and that really changes your perimeter defense. Obviously, Grill's one of the few guys on the team that really likes to step back and hit the three ball. I think he's the second best defender on the team, and he's one of the team leaders. He really spaces the court out offensively. That's a huge if for me, right? Like I don't love Iowa State chances if Caleb's not playing. I would definitely either way. If I had to bet on this game, I would definitely take the points. But that's not what this podcast is about. I'll pick Iowa State to win. It's still Hilton Coliseum. It's still a very tough place to play. I wish I knew more about Caleb Grill's situation, but they're obviously being quiet about that for a reason. But again, the fact that he played on Saturday, he played almost 20 minutes, right? So, if he can get out there and he's 80-90%, that's a huge win for Iowa State. I think it would be enough. So, again, I'll pick Iowa State to win this one. Let's go somewhere or, mid to high 60s to mid 60s. Let's see what Ken Palm has, 69-64. I think that's a decent guess, but it'll be a good one. 8:00 tip, ESPNU. We'll see you at Hilton Coliseum. Thanks for watching. Thanks to our friends at the Iowa Event Center.